My name is Harold Parrish. I was in the Navy. I volunteered when I was 17 years old, and I wanted to be in the Navy, and I wanted to be an aviation cadet. And they sent me to school. They let me finish high school and went right on in the service, and they sent me to school for several months and went into pre-flight training. Of course, I went into boot camp, which is an ordeal, but I'm glad I went through it, and I lived through it. And I went into pre-flight training. I got on a air base that I got to fly around as a co-pilot with my commanding officer of the base. I'd tell him when the landing gear was up, when the landing gear was down. It's amazing to shoot one of those 5-inch in diameter shells and hear that thing. It sounds like a train going through the air. You can hear it, and you can actually see it. And it's a very destructive piece of ammunition. At sea, during a storm, when you look out over the front of the bow of the ship and it goes down under the water, water covers it completely, and you could not go out on the deck. I had some good times and some bad times.
At this hour, American and coalition forces are in the early stages of military operations to disarm Iraq, to free its people, and to defend the world from grave danger.
But it's amazing to see some of these things that some of these people are going through over there in Iraq. Some of these, like some of the women, some of the children couldn't go to school. And the pressure that they lived under.
William Kirby, and I went in the service in 1939. They had 40 miles of equipment just sitting out there waiting to be used.
Now, on June 6th, 1944, Eisenhower was ready. And the first waves of nearly 2 million Allied troops sailed for Normandy, a giant armada of 4,000 ships. The skies were alive with Allied planes pounding road and rail networks. German reinforcements for Normandy would be slow in arriving and tired and disorganized after their continual hammering from the air. German defenses on the beaches were softened up by massive bombardment. They expected an attack across the Straits of Dover, and the landing at Normandy came as a complete tactical surprise. This was the crucial attack on the power of Nazi Germany. This was D-Day.
The night before is what I learned when they told us that had that big map up on the board up there, and then that's what they told us we're going in on the invasion. That wasn't but one day off. That's how close it's coming to it. There's already people that first wave got killed. They was up ahead of us. The troops had done been pushed back, and they was firing the mortars at us, which you couldn't hear. And so we was pretty lucky. There's been dead people laying around out there that it was something. We come down there, come up, went up a hill, and leveled off, and we started out down through there. See, we done pushed them back out of rifle range. And so this boy and I, we was sitting, laying down, and that's when I got hit. That's when I got hit back here. Mortar, I figured it was mortar shell, and It felt like red hot iron around my head, but I never felt like that before. But they said that when we laid down and that mortar went off and hit me, shrapnel did, they sent me back. And I laid on the beach all night long.
I'm John T. Long. I served in the 538th Field Artillery Battalion. I was classified 1A, and I was still in high school, and I just got drafted out of high school. I was in the 10th grade. And then we pulled all that stuff up there on the side of the mountain and dug it in. They issued us state-of-the-art artillery. We had 8-inch howitzers as a major weapon. And we hauled ammunition up there and filled up that hole with ammo. We didn't have anything to do until midnight D-Day. At midnight D-Day, we got orders to fire up all the ammo that we had that we couldn't carry. So that's what we did. About the time we got all that ammo fired up, we got orders to move. Bivouacked on Lake DeGuardia, and I learned to swim in Lake DeGuardia. The Germans had blasted all the fish in the lake and seined them off and carried them away and left no food for the Italians. They were starving. And then right after that, we got into Como, Italy, the next morning at 6 o'clock after they hung Mussolini the evening before. We got there the next morning.
But you know where our heroes at? Laying over there dead, buried. That's where the heroes at.